Hi, and welcome to On the Spot. My name is Ronnie Wiley. To my left, you know this lady from multiple TV shows here. I can't even go through it. It would take the whole 30 minutes, but we'll get to him. Lisa Palsy, multiple hosts. Glad to have you here on the show.
You.
And I'm not sure why we didn't have you on earlier, but we have you on now. But you have multiple shows here on TV3. Name a few, or name them all.
Name them all.
Yeah, name them
okay,
all.
well, I do the Crafty
time.
Corner, which is the most popular, I think, with the kids.
Yeah.
I also do A Science Isn't Scary, and through the summer, I do A Science Isn't Scary Out and About.
Yeah.
So that's a little different. I have also done Fun Foods.
Yeah, I love that
at the very beginning, it was quarantine cooking.
Right, yeah.
But then we switched that back over to Fun Foods, and so I've done that one. I also work with Miss Kim and do the TV Story Time and the Tiny Tots. So I think that's all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we get into what got you into the TV shows, your background is education.
It is.
And tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I actually have a master's of education. I taught for 33 years, mostly fourth grade, but I've also done preschool and middle school. I worked at CCS for 12 years. That's Community Christian School here in town. Yeah, I love teaching. I love kids. I like, watching them learn. And so I've taken my education background and used it to work at the library to help kids learn, their love of reading. And that's what's so important, is for kids to be able to read and to learn from their reading. So
when you were teaching fourth grade, were you a science teacher? I mean, that's when I think of you, I think of because the science shows.
Right. Right.
Was that what you taught? Was your subject?
I did. Well, fourth grade teaches everything.
Oh, right.
But I did stress science, and we'd spend a big deal of the afternoon with science. And I was actually the field trip queen, because I would take the kids out and about, and we would.
Those teachers that we loved.
Yeah. So we would go to like Mary Gray and Trader Weaver. We would go on hikes. We'd catch butterflies. We'd watch the caterpillars turn into a butterfly. We would go collect rocks down at Brookville Lake. So yeah, I love teaching science.
Wow. So science, now, was this something that you, like as a kid growing up, that you developed an interest in science? What got you involved with science?
I don't know. My son likes science, and so, he likes the rocks. I don't know. I just think it's one of those subjects that's very hands-on, and I like to do the hands-on teaching. So like even with spelling, I would take little Scrabble tiles and we would spell things out. So the more you can get the kids to learn by using their hands, and so science is just that way, and that's one of the things I like to do. I like experiments, to be able to ask a question and try to find the answer to it by doing something.
Yeah, I never quite. Science and math. It's not my sphere of the brain.
Well, math is not mine either. So give me science, not math.
But I will say, watching your show, it made it fun. It really did make it fun. It made it very interesting. It made it like less scary for me. And I was like, well, this is a little bit too late for me, I guess. But when I was in college, I got like a 6% on my biology midterm. How I passed, I don't know.
Wow.
But I was terrible at it. But you made it fun. What can you tell a child out there, or maybe a student who's struggling with science, how to make it fun for them, or how to get over? Because I really tell you, there was kind of like a fear when I was in science.
Right. Yeah. And it can be overwhelming because there is so much out there, and scientists are learning new things every day. So I would suggest that you just find a topic you're really interested in and dig into that one. And once you really find something you really love, then some of the other stuff will just sort of come naturally after that. But get books, read things, find an expert in that field. Join some of these outdoor education things that happen around here. Just find somebody who really loves it, and that enthusiasm will bubble over into you.
Yeah, well, I tell you, you have great enthusiasm on the camera. So you came here. You're not originally from Connersville,
nope.
So you came here and you immediately started teaching.
Yes. Well, no, actually, when I first came here, I worked at a daycare, and then I did get into teaching once I got a job, because, well, we don't want to go into that, but I do have a master's degree, and it was hard to get into the school system already having years of experience and a master's degree. And so that's why I did daycare for a while, and then I got into CCS here. But prior to that, I had taught fourth grade for years in Kentucky.
Yeah. So you come up here, and I'm sure the farthest thing from your mind was that you were going to be in front of the camera, entertaining all of us with your shows. And again, my favorite, obviously, was the quarantine foods that you would do. And I tried some of the recipes. I believe one of them, and I forget what you called it, but when I was a kid, it was called balloon buns, where you kind of wrap around, you take a marshmallow and you put it, and then you wrap it around a biscuit. And I think that was what, but I thought you made something like similar to that.
I made like the Zapoli, which was some type of a donut.
Yeah,
but something with I don't remember a marshmallow.
I thought.
We did like the spiral roll-up thing we did pickles. We did like fried pickles too. We did some really weird things. I did a pumpkin mac and cheese once.
You know, I
that
think,
was
yes. You know, and
not
I would
the best.
not. Yeah. What was your inspiration for some of these foods? I guess that's my point. Is that some of them were like, wow, this I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, well, I
Especially
started
pumpkin
off with just the Rice Krispie treats in a skillet, because that's something I actually did with my fourth graders to watch how butter melts and how it all works together and stuff too. But most of my inspiration actually comes off Pinterest.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
just Googling, especially like different themes like fall foods. You know, I did a whole month on pumpkin.
Yeah.
And then just we had that skillet, so a lot of stuff was fried to begin with, and then I sort of branched out from that and used the toaster oven and some other things, and tried to do like fruit salads and stuff over the summer and cool drinks.
So did you think that, I mean, okay, this is just going to be a quarantine show and that'd be it, and then I'm sure John was like, is there other shows that you can do?
Right. Yeah, at the beginning with the library was like, we need virtual programming.
Right.
I mean, we had always done in-house programming, and with the quarantine and with people not even coming into the library, we're like, we still need to reach kids, we still need to do programming. And so our director was like, oh, right, we need to do virtual programming. So we started off with the fun foods, and then I was like, the crafts are something I used to do in-house, and I'm like, I can easily do that on camera. So the science came a little bit later. After we got those two shows running, we added in the science. But we're going to continue that virtual programming at least through the end of this year. We're not sure how much further, because we are doing a lot more in-house programming now that most of the quarantine and mask mandates and stuff have been lifted.
And speaking of the library, you're the outreach.
Yes, I've just taken a new position. So it's the outreach librarian, which formerly probably was called the Bookmobile librarian. When Phyllis Dice retired, I took over her position. And so I will be running the brand new Bookmobile. We just sold our past Bookmobile that had been in operation for 36 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and she had been on there the whole time.
Wow.
So people really don't feel us. So it's good. I have a lot, big shoes to fill, because she was great. But our new one is actually going to be purple, you guys. It's going to be purple, my favorite color. So it's going to look something like this. It's going to be a smaller vehicle because it's a Sprinter van. But there's some really cool things about it. It's got our tree logo on it. And it's going to be a little bit smaller, but it has a awning that you can pull out. It's got removable carts. So I can customize the books that are in the Bookmobile depending on what stops I'm going to go during the day. So that's really cool. We could pull that awning out and move the books out.
That's right.
So, people can see it and maybe come and sort of be like a book fair feel type thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm real excited about it. I've been ordering new books so that we have some new things for our patrons to check out.
I think the library, here in Fayette County, I'm not quite sure that there are people that are aware of how great our library is.
It is. We've got a really good collection. We've got a great staff, and we've got
fantastic staff.
Yeah, and we've got the Indiana room that has all kinds of genealogy and things. And then in the children's section, we've got crafts that they can pick up every day and worksheets, and we've got a big education section, and it's pretty great.
I have a faulty printer, and so sometimes my printer will work, and sometimes it doesn't. And now, because I go down there, and I was Mark, I said, I hate for you to go load this thing up, set up the computer thing, and I'm just going to print something in there. Like, oh, you can print it off your phone.
Yes, you can.
It's
real easy.
Like, whoa, it's amazing. So we did the print off the phone, and again, amazing staff, amazing facility. Now that you're the outreach program director there at the library, again, obviously you do a lot of stuff for the kids, and I think it's important that people understand that libraries not just for the adults to go, and there is a lot of stuff for children.
Oh yeah, there are definitely. So Miss Kim does a Lego camp, and we're doing art camps this summer. Melissa does her STEM camp. Kim also has her story time that's in-house every month. And so we're also starting a lot of new programming. I know the children's staff had a meeting yesterday, and they were really planning out their fall. Now that I'm outreach director, I wasn't in that meeting, so I'm not sure exactly what they've got planned. But I am going to start doing some adult programming. So I'm going to start an adult craft club. And I think we're looking at maybe doing a walking club.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely need that,
to walk around the city for about a half hour in a couple mornings. So we'll see. Things are evolving now that we are open and we're not quarantined, and we can do in-house and
I'm sure that makes
programming.
A big difference.
Oh, it does.
Now that the quarantine's gone, and it really, it seems like we're slowly but surely getting back into the swing of things with. The mask mandates are gone, and so how is that now that things are starting to, are you seeing more of an uptick in people coming back to the library?
Yes, yeah, we are. We just had our Friends of the Library book sale, so we've been really busy this past week. But yeah, people love to come to the library, and sometimes they just sit and read or just open up their computer and work on their computer in our quiet area. So yeah, we have a lot of people coming in right now, and it's really good to be back, and we're not having to clean our books and put them in quarantine and all that kind of stuff, because that took a long time.
You had to put books in quarantine?
We did.
Wow.
We don't anymore, but yeah, they had to sit in our meeting room for 4 days.
Oh wow.
At the beginning, because they weren't sure what the germ was going to do anyway. So. Right. But now we don't do that anymore. But we do. Put them back on the shelf, so books are available for people.
So, other than, the library encompasses so much for the community, other than the books. I mean, again, there's the printing and I've gone down there to look at old past newspapers. What other things that you guys have that people might not know?
Well, we've got like obituaries back for forever. We have this card catalog that's in the Indiana room, and it's back from the, I don't know, early 1900s. I mean, and you can lift those cards up and it will have the person's like birthday and death date, but then it will tell how they died, and some of it was like run over by a carriage.
Oh wow!
I don't know. There's some really weird, bizarre things. I had to write a paper about all the stuff that was in the in the library, because I have my library certificate.
Right.
It's not that full library degree, but it is a level 3 library certificate. And so, that was fascinating. The library has some really unique things. Yes, we have magazines and the periodicals and the newspapers. So and movies. We got tons of movies.
And that's one thing too.
And we have online stuff. So you can, if you have your library cards, you can go online and watch movies, because there's like Hoopla and some other programs that we have digitally. You can get magazines that way too.
Well, I was going to pull out my card, but the new green card.
It's a green card. Yes, it's Evergreen, Indiana.
Yeah, which we're linked with
like 120 other libraries.
Yeah.
Right.
Which means that you can drop your card off or your book off
materials,
at another library if
it's an evergreen one. Yeah. So like if you're on vacation and you're, I don't know, like in Terre Haute or up in Fort Wayne or whatever, if you go to an evergreen library, you can use your card and check out materials there and then return it to us here in Connersville, and then we have a transportation system. We got these people that come and bring us stuff from all over Indiana.
That's amazing.
So materials are being switched back and forth all the time. So we don't have to have every book that's ever been printed, because we can get it from another library. And it usually takes 5 to 6 days. It takes about a week usually. Once you've put something on hold, then you can, then we'll call you, and our system will even text you.
And
text you and let you know that your materials are ready for pickup.
So let's go back when you were, interested in science, and your son's interested in science. Did you ever think, when you got here and married the big guy, that you would be? We said we wouldn't mention his name. That you would be where you are now with the library.
Oh, no, I really didn't, because I really thought I was just going to teach and then retire and just hang out and just hang out and read books.
Which you and he go on the coolest vacations.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Do.
You do go on the coolest vacations. So you're going to retire and just go off in the sunset.
Yeah, but then that just didn't happen, because well, teaching at CCS didn't get paid over the summer like
Right.
public school teachers did, so I always did a summer job.
Yeah.
So I've been park pool manager.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
worked at the CEC and did their Artmobile and Science Mobile at different times. And then I started working at the library one summer. And so I loved it so much that they were like, we need you here more often. Can you still work while you teach? So for a couple of years, I just would work a couple nights a week.
Wow.
And then after I guess it was during the pandemic in 2020, I'm just like, I think I've taught for 33 years, or 32 years. I said, I'll do one more year. And I did like a half a day at school. And then I came and worked at the library from noon to 7. And then after that, that was my last year teaching. And now I'm full-time at the library.
Was that a hard decision to
It
say
was, because I love my students, and I mean, especially at Community Christian, you've got a small group of kids. They become family, and I mean, I really love that. I just love the sparking someone's eyes when they finally, get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, teaching is my first love, but I mean, going way back to college, I worked at the library. So library has always been in my blood, and actually in college I made the hard decision to do education versus library science because I really couldn't decide which one I wanted. So now I've got
you got both.
Now yes.
Got the best of both worlds when it comes to that. And so obviously your education plays a huge role in what you do at the library. And where you're at now, I mean, obviously you've helped take this program to another level. Where do you see the outreach program going?
Well, Melissa Scott is the assistant director there, and she has a great big vision that she shared parts of it with me, not all of it. But because we have that awning and because we can remove carts, we can do like mobile computer classes. We can go to like one of the apartment complexes and set up the bookmobile and do a STEM project. We could do a science experiment because we could take all those books out and put tables in there, and then you have all that empty space, and kids can come inside and feel safe and and have a class. So it's going to be more of a mobile teaching unit. It is the bookmobile, but we're trying to sort of get away from that name and go to outreach vehicle because we can do so much more with it. And I mean, it's endless. We haven't even come up with all the ideas of things that we can do with it yet.
And I think it's so important, especially in the summertime, to have something to do with the kids. And I think when I grew up over in Ohio, we had something similar to that, where this one community outreach would come to different parks around the neighborhood, and we'd have all these different events, and kids would go there, and they would have food and hula hoop contests, pie eating. Of course, we have stuff like that, pie eating contest. Of course, I loved all that stuff. That's when I could eat food and lose weight. Now I'm thinking about it, I just gained 5 pounds. But so I think it's important to do that. And I'm sure the kids love when they see you guys pull up.
Right. And even this summer, I don't have the bookmobile with me, but I am still doing the crafts in the park every Tuesday. Right, every Tuesday. No, it's every Wednesday because it's today. It's every Wednesday from 11:30 to 1:30. I'm at the park and we do a craft. I've been working with Summer Discovery kids and doing crafts with them. I also go to 2 different nursing homes and do crafts with them. So even though I don't have the vehicle, I'm still trying to do some of that outreach stuff. We bring books to the jail. We bring books to several homebound people. So they just have to call and let us know that they need books, and I will come and bring it to them.
Wow.
So, that's what we're here for. We're here to get materials in people's hands. So.
And what people don't understand is at the library, it doesn't cost you a thing.
Nope.
You go in and just get that green card.
Right.
And you don't have to go through many hoops.
Nope.
And you're right about the staff. Excellent staff there at the library.
Yep. Just return your materials on time.
Right, do
and
that.
not damaged. Because then it might cost you something. But
don't do that.
Don't read in the bathtub. Don't read in the pool. We've had that happen before.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Lisa. So again, going back to when you got here, life has just been one big, seemed like fun adventure for you, and you've been able to utilize all of your skills for that. And with your TV programs, and it was simply just a matter of let's just fill some time on the air, or how did they truly come about? Because it was just one program, and then it
blossomed into lots of different things.
I thought I was on the air a lot.
No, I'm on the air a lot.
Yeah, you're on the air a lot.
Well, like I said, I mean, the virtual programming was something that we really needed to get going after being shut down. And really, I was the only one willing to be on camera.
Yeah.
You don't know how many people are afraid to be on camera.
Yeah. Right.
It's really sort of sad.
Yeah, because it does add a few pounds.
And so, I mean, we started with that food, and I mean, it took off. I mean, that first show, I was like, we'll get 10, 20 people watching, but we had hundreds. I mean, there was one show I had 1,000 people watching, and I was just like blown away by that. And I'm like, okay, so we really do have an audience out there.
Didn't John record it on his phone or something at one point? One of them was like
at the very beginning, we would film it at the library on his phone and Facebook Live.
Yeah.
But now we've been doing it here in the studio just because of time constraints, and we're getting busier there, and so we come and we film a whole month's worth of Crafty Corner at one time.
You're getting big where people are probably looking over going, watching you film the
I
show.
have had kids come up to me and they're like, "That's Miss Lisa, hi."
While you're doing the show.
No, not
Oh, really?
just out like at Walmart or
yeah.
places. They'll recognize me, and they're like,
neat.
I can tell that they're like, "Oh, is that the lady from the Crafty Corner?"
Yeah.
That's
It
me.
makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you have all that.
So even though I'm still not teaching, I'm still reaching a bigger group of kids actually, and so. Yep, they come into the library and come and give me hugs, and they're like, "What craft are we doing this week?" And
Is it hard to come up with like different types of crafts every week?
Yeah, it is, because I try not to do just paper crafts.
Yeah.
So I know a couple of parents were like, "Seriously, you're using glitter this time?"
Oh yeah. I'd
Nobody
imagine.
loves glitter.
Because you don't want to take that in the car.
Right, yeah. So I did glitter only once, but I've tried to use craft sticks. One of the coolest ones I did was like a stained glass. It was a mitten that we did, but that used contact paper. We've done other 3D things. I'm trying to think, but we love our wiggly eyes.
Oh yeah, I remember those when I was a kid. Yes,
kids love wiggly eyes.
Yeah, speaking of one of my favorite as a kid, and I wish I still had it, but we had an oven mitt, and we took wiggly eyes, and it made it like our oven mitt was like the hand, and we had the eyes, and it made it like this was the, I don't know, like the nose or whatever.
Right.
And we kind of made it like it was mine was really ugly, but I remember that, and my mom was like, "Son, this should have probably been on the other side so that way I can grab it, because now I'm smashing his eyeballs." But I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, she never really used it after that, and had it, thought it was the greatest thing. But I don't know what happened to it after that. But anyway, I remember my crafts when I was a kid, and I'm sure that you're building memories with these kids.
Oh yeah.
And that is what's important for the kids. Now, you have these programs at the library in the summertime, which is in full swing right now, obviously. What are some of the days do you have something every day with the kids that's going on? What's your schedule?
Because since I've been outreach, I'm not in the children's as much, so it's not real. Let me think.
This is the on the spot moment.
Yeah, this is what I'm not quite sure. But I mean, I know that they did STEM camp, and they're doing the Lego camp. They did the art camp is next week, I believe. We also have Tammy Fall working with us now, and so she's going to start doing some tween art.
Okay,
Because most of our art programs are for like K to 4-ish.
Right,
those older kids don't want to do some of these little crafts.
Right.
And so Tammy's going to be working with our teens and our tweens. The weird word, but so I think she's coming up with some, like a rain stick and some other things that might be more appealing to those older kids. But Miss Kim has her story times throughout the month. Just come down and get our calendar, or go online. I mean, if you go to the Fayette County Public Library's webpage, we have our events calendar right there online, so you can see everything that we're doing.
And I would almost guarantee that there's probably not been one child who's ever walked out of there disappointed.
I'm sure not.
Enjoyed something there at the library. And there's always something for the adults too. I mean, that genealogy thing is something that, even though I'm not really originally from here, I do like the history. And the history of Fayette County is something that is very intriguing to me, especially with our rich history in automotive. And then, just going back. And when in the Indiana room sounds intriguing to me, so that's something that I didn't even know that we had, that I may want to go down there and check that out and spend some time at the library. And again, the library to me is always someplace where you go and you have peace and quiet.
Yeah, it is quiet.
He isn't quite at the library. So again, you're the outreach program director there. The book, well, the outreach
vehicle
driver. Yeah. So now, when do you guys expect to have that?
That's a very good question. We were told we were going to have it by the end of April, and then it was mid-May, and then it was mid-June. But we just got pictures of it. Actually, I mean, it's all painted. That part's ready to go. The deal is the heating air conditioning unit is missing a couple parts, or I don't know exactly what, but they were manufactured in Ukraine.
Oh,
and so,
yeah.
we're not getting things from Ukraine right now, and so they're looking for another manufacturer to give us these parts. And once those parts are in, this company is Farber, and it's located over in Columbus, Ohio. And so once that is totally installed, then they'll bring it to us. They'll just drive it right here to us and hand me the keys. I know we're going to have like a ribbon cutting, and we're going to have a big display. We're hoping it's here before July 14th, which is our Community Youth Day.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that are going on at the Miller Center on July 14th. So we have all the touch-a-truck type stuff. We have all the Children's Bureau and all the different children's organizations are going to be there. You can come down and get free pencils and pick up bags of little goodies and free books and do crafts with people. So it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, July 14th. And what time does that start?
I believe it's 11 to 3 or 11 to 2, 10 to 2, somewhere in there.
Yeah, bring your child to Miller Building for that. Lots of things going on this summertime. I know the month of July, Mary Gray. Are you guys affiliated with what they're going out there with the?
No, but we sort of promote it. If you bring us some things like that, we can promote things. So.
And so, again, the library to me is always a source of information. And you talk about promoting. What do you guys? Are you guys support other entities and you guys partner with anybody else for any activities?
Well, the Oasis, we've been doing a lot of stuff with the Oasis and the people that run that.
I don't know if I've heard of that.
The little garden downtown, the Oasis Garden.
Oh yeah, yes. I'm so sorry. Yes,
we just did a story time down there.
Right.
Kim was down there with a story time, and they had some type of a camp going on down there too, where kids a day camp thing for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we've worked with them.
Yeah.
When we just did the festival on the Ville, the Oasis handed out my packets. I do a learning packet too at the library. So every month we do a different learning packet, and I did one all on gardening. Yeah. And so they passed my packets out down there.
That's amazing. So you do gardening too?
No. I made a learning packet.
Oh, learning packet.
So it was 20 pages or so of different fun activities for kids to do about gardening and teaching them about gardening. Right now, our learning packet's all about oceans because our summer reading program is Oceans of Possibilities. Yeah. And so if you want to learn about ocean animals, come get this packet. This one's a thick one. It's about 40 pages long. Yeah. So, but every month I do a different little learning packet, and you can come into the library and just pick that up, and there's free activities to keep your kid busy for hours.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And safe activities, not activities where you worry about on the internet.
Right.
It's safe, clean activities where they're learning something, and again, the key word is safe, family friendly, and that's what you can get at the library. That's what you can get with all of your programs. Where can people? Obviously, are the libraries on Facebook?
Yes, we have a Facebook page.
Okay,
yep, definitely.
So go on Facebook.
All my shows are on Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you can just scroll down. If you go to the one little tab, find the word videos and drop down box, and you'll just
see all your shows.
Yeah, all my shows. I mean, you can go all the way back down 2 years from today and see all the different things I've ever done. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. A TV star. Amazing. Didn't even. Yeah. That's.
I am not a TV star.
Lisa, it's been fun. The 30 minutes is almost up. I told you it goes by very, very fast. We could probably talk about a whole lot more with what you do, and you do so much for the community. And we're very grateful to have you on the show. We're very grateful to have you do what you do. Get to the library. Check out what this lady does for our community. She does so much, and we're glad to have you. And thank you very much for being on The Spot.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next month on The Spot.
Bye-bye.